Right! We're back! And I've got a few complaints to make about a certain parking company who's contracted to provide parking services to McDonald's. Shout outs to Ben Arnold, Josh Hammond and Josh Wheeler, because they were there at the time this alleged infringement, I use the term lightly, took place. 17th of July, hottest day of the year. We'd been to the courts all morning. We went to McDonald's for some drinks and overstayed the 90 minutes, which is supposedly against their stupid rules. It should be important to notice that private parking companies, such as Met Parking Services, who I'm going to mention here, who've sent me a £100 fine for overstaying. The legal validity of their parking ticket has the same legal validity as my kitchen bin. It has the same legal validity as my testicles, for all I care. Not enforceable by law because it's not criminal law, it's contract law, and the contract the contract relies on me agreeing to the terms and conditions on the sign, which means no parking for 90 minutes. I did not see the signs on the way in because I was concentrating on the traffic, the road, and the oncoming vehicle, which is clearly displayed in their CCTV security images they sent me. So because I did not notice these signs, there was no contract. So a £100 fine. I'm being penalised for a contract that did not exist because I did not agree to it, because I did not see the signs. Therefore, I was unaware of the 90-minute stay. I have been back since. The signage is, whilst plentiful, there are several signs around the car park. That's the car park, important. I'll come back to that in a minute. The signage is hopelessly inadequate. The text on the signs is Arial size 12. That's what it certainly looks like. The phone's ringing. I'm going to ignore it, so move on. It's distracting me now. Yes, the sign is hopelessly inadequate. The signage. It's too small. You just cannot possibly be expected to read all of the terms and conditions on the sign whilst driving and avoiding other drivers, because you don't want to have a crash, do you? I mean, that's even more money. But yes, and also inside McDonald's, it's important to note that there is nothing that says you cannot stay for more than 90 minutes. So there's restrictions on the car park, which are poorly laid out, but there's no restrictions on the restaurant. That is completely ridiculous. Secondly, moves on. How are they going to get this money from me? Well, the only way they can get anything from me is by going through the courts. And secondly, they cannot get £100 from me because they are only allowed to charge via the courts a pre-estimated loss of me parking or overstaying in their car park. Complete farce. The pre-estimated, it's a free car park, so the pre-estimated loss of me parking in there for an extra 25 minutes is £0. So if Met Parking Services want to go all the way through the court, so this is not a criminal court, this is a small claims court, and certainly it is a small claim because the only money they can get from me is £0, which is the pre-estimated loss. The phone's ringing again! Just piss off! Fuck off! Seriously, I'm trying to record a video. It's putting me out of my rhythm. Just please, fuck off! Right, finally it stopped. Right, where was I? Yes. Pre-estimated loss, £0 because it's a free car park, so you can't get me with that. But because we're on a legal level playing field and their legal validity is about as valid as, well, a slug, a piece of dog shit on the pavement, basically. Another thing I'm pissed off about is these private parking companies, if they're a member of the British Parking Association, BPA, they can buy your details off the DVLA. That is prohibited under the Freedom of Information Act. They cannot buy your details off the DVLA, but they are willingly selling them your details for a profit of £2.50. Absolutely outrageous. It costs them £1.86 in admin costs to retrieve your details. They are profiteering. That's what they are doing. It's an absolute disgrace. I'm appalled. I'm outraged. It's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. So what I've done, I've used their own appeal services. I've written to them and said, Firstly, I wasn't in contract with you because I didn't see the sign, so I'm being penalised for breaching a contract that didn't exist. Secondly, you can't claim any money off me because you have to go through the courts. They do, which is expensive for them. They have to pay a £30 fine if I appeal with another company as well. So I might do that as well. We'll see. So yeah, costs spiralling for them, but they can only claim £0 from me because it was a free car park and the pre-estimated loss is £0, not 100. The charge is extortionate. Any judge that is not on crack would rule that the charge is extortionate. Therefore, I demand that Met Parking Services drops the charge. It should drop the charge. I've written to them, and because we're on a legal playing field that's level, because they aren't a law enforcement organisation. That's the thing. The only people that can issue fines are the police or local authority. This is not a fine, it's a charge. It's a parking charge notice, not a penalty charge notice. It's a clever trick. Do not fall for it. Do not pay these crooks if you get caught out. Appeal with them, rage at them. What I've done is, and if your appeal gets rejected, then just forget it. I mean, seriously, the default process is corrupt anyway. What I've done here is I've said that because we're on the same legal playing field, I'm now going to charge them for my correspondence. I've said to them that I only permit you from now on to contact me if my appeal has been successful, and by reading these terms that I've written down in this letter, you are agreeing to the contract, and ignoring these terms that I've written down is in breach of the contract I've set out to you. So I've said that I'm going to charge them £200 plus VAT because I consider my correspondence to be a product, thankfully. £200 plus VAT for any future correspondence. And if they do get in contact with me, otherwise, if they reject my appeal and then get in contact with me demanding money, I'm going to send them my £200 plus VAT invoice. So 240 quid. I'll print an invoice off, send it to them, and they can fucking well pay up. Because at the end of the day, we're governed by the same laws. They're not a legal entity. I'm not a legal entity. I'll charge them. I've got as much right to fine them as they have me. That is the bottom line. If they get back to me again, if they reject my appeal, that's it. You're getting an invoice. Invoice from me demanding £240 because it's equally as valid as you demanding £100 in an illegal parking charge. So there. Fuck off. And anyway, I'm just going to make another comment on this. They're complete and utter cowboys. That's what these people are. They're profiteering. They're making an industry out of human error. It's an illegal industry. I did not sign up to a contract. I didn't agree to any terms and conditions for the reasons that I've stated. I did not see the sign because of various mitigating factors going on at the time, such as traffic. Should also be noted, 17th of July 2014, when this incident, infringement, took place. It's a school day, middle of the afternoon. Car park wasn't even at half capacity. The primary purpose for these cowboy companies is to ensure there's always a parking space. It's exactly what their website says. There was no danger of there ever being no parking spaces that day. I think they should drop the charge. It is totally outrageous, complete and utter disgrace. It's money thieving, that's what it is. Theft. You're unlawfully demanding cash from people silly enough to pay up. Well, they're just silly, aren't they? Do not pay these people. They're crooks. Fight them, play them at their own game, and see them in court if you have to. Because at the end of the day, the judge will rule, or any judge in any small claims court will rule that £100 is not a legitimate pre-estimated loss for overstaying in a free car park. That is the important thing. If it was a paying car park, let's say £4 to enter and park in there for an hour, you'd pay a sum of the ticket. You would pay a sum of the original parking charge, not a fine. They cannot fine you. They're not a legal entity. They have as much legal validity as my sweaty bollocks. That's what they have. So right, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Watch out that you don't get stung by these bastards. If you do get stung by these bastards, fight them, play them at their own game, and see them in court. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.